My name's Duddits, I do builds and stuff. Today I've got something truly amazing to show you. With a Coldheart, I'm going to create ionic traces infinitely, but we're going to be stacking these ionic traces to give Coldheart an extra catalyst. Blinding, look at the state of that. We're going to be using a seasonal artifact perks to give Coldheart blinding effects, but on top of that we're going to be also taking advantage of art compounding for you and your teammates to give them a stacking 15% debuff, and that's the minimum. We're actually going to get 30% debuff for our teammates and ourselves, so stay with me, I'll break that all down. But just being able to blind things with Coldheart is feeling absolutely brilliant. The good thing with Coldheart is, with this build, we are going to be turning it into an ad clearing monster and a suppression monster with a blinding as well. It just feels absolutely amazing. Blinding tormentors and causing unstoppable with Coldheart feels immense, so stay with me, I will break it all down. So Coldheart, what this weapon does, it's an exotic trace rifle arc. This weapon shoots a steady cold fusion powered arc laser, dealing more damage the longer it remains on a target. It's also got longest winter, periodically generates ionic traces when it's in its high damage state. So the longer you keep on target, the more ionic traces it's going to create. It's also got a catalyst on there which maxes out its stability almost and gives it an extra bit of reload speed. So what I'll do is you'll just spend a few minutes showing you this because it's quite important. So you keep on target. You'll also notice these marked. We're going to go into that in a moment. But you can see there the ionic traces. They're just steadily ploughing towards me. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use trace evidence, because every time you pick up an ionic trace it's going to give you an armor charge. That's the boosted version. And then rapid precision hits or rapid final blows but on targets that are afflicted by jolt or blind will also create ionic traces, which we're going to use to get an armor charge. The amount of ionic traces you get for a start is just ungodly. It's absolutely crazy. Now these ionic traces are obviously really good for your abilities. You're going to get loads and loads of ability regen back for all three of your abilities. So just having a load of these feels really nice. But then we've got the retinal burn as well, seasonal artifact perk. Rapid arc precision hits consume an armor charge to blind the target. Blinding the target this way instead emits a blinding burst. So you can see here with this you're just blinding things all of the time, the target and that burst around there. And then obviously then we're going to take advantage of art compounding, 15% extra debuff for you and your teammates. So what exotic I decided to pair with this was the mighty Cenotaph. This steadily reloads a portion of your equipped trace rifle magazine from reserves. It's basically rewind rounds on crack. That's what it gives Coldheart. Damaging a vehicle, boss or a champion with this trace rifle will mark them as the target. When an ally defeats this marked target, special ammo drops for you and heavy ammo drops for your teammates. So you're an absolutely huge support player with this build, and not only that, you can actually put out some damage as well. So you never have to reload your Coldheart, keep that extra damage on, loads of ionic traces, loads of blinding going on, extra damage on your Cenotaph, and you're going to be blinding things left, right and centre, and it all works perfectly together. As well as getting blinding, you're obviously giving your teammates the arc compounding buff as well because they're blinded. So a 15% extra damage, plus you're going to get loads and loads of special ammo and heavy ammo for your teammates. There's loads of different ways you can go with this particular build. It will literally work on anything. However, there is some really standout ones in my opinion. I tried it on Strand, on a full-on Strand subclass. This works pretty well. You could always go with something like Shackle Grenade, take advantage of the unraveling and the Shackle Grenades. But for me, the standout one is the Voidwalker subclass because the aspects are absolutely nutty for trace rifle builds in my opinion, especially this one. Child of the Old Gods. Whenever you put your rift down, it's going to create a Void Soul. That Void Soul will fly towards enemies and it's also going to apply a 15% weakening debuff. And we've also got Feed the Void on there as well for Devour, which is excellent for survivability as we know. Now, Child of the Old Gods and Arc Compounding. Now bear in mind we're adding a Void Weakening on top of that, and we're going to have all them armor charges to blind. So we're actually getting a 15% debuff from the Arc Compounding and a 15% debuff from the Child of the Old Gods. So we've got a flat 30% debuff against enemies for arc weapons. So if you and your teammates are using arc weapons, tanky targets like champions just get schmelted. And then on top of that, you've got that blinding effect always with the amount of ionic traces that you're getting for Coldheart, and you can actually put out quite a lot of decent damage yourself as well. Another little tool to the arsenal is a suppressor grenade. This is absolutely fantastic sort of debuff in the game. There is situations where you might just want to get a suppressor grenade down just to add to that blinding sort of disorientation effect, plus you're going to add that weakening as well. So get your suppressor grenade down if you've got ads sort of pushing you, and then you can get your Coldheart out, and take advantage of the blinding effects, all them ionic traces, giving your teammates heavy and yourself special ammo. I just want to focus on this blinding effect because it's absolutely insanely strong. Really good against tanky targets. I just want to say against champions as well, they don't look as though they get blinded. They don't actually get blinded, but it does put the blinding debuff on there. But for mages and things like that, you can actually physically see them blinded. They've got their hands over their eyes sometimes and they walk around, and it's so strong. It's absolutely insane. It literally destabilizes enemies. They do nothing. They're like rendered completely useless with this blinding effect. And just having that on top of Coldheart just feels absolutely awesome. Just sticking with the blinding effect. Obviously, blinding effect also gives unstoppable capabilities as well. So you're actually giving your Coldheart unstoppable capabilities as well, which again just adds to the sort of build for the sort of support player. You can always just unstop and blind anything target around the area as well. Don't forget the blinding effect from the boosted seasonal artifact pack. It does do like a boosting area of effect as well, so it just feels really nice. Now the next couple of clips I'm just going to show you again. We're sticking with the arms dealer GM. I'm going to lob my suppressor grenade over there. You've got your Nova Bombardal wave for a bit of extra damage as well. And this Tormentor that spawns here, I wasn't expecting it to fully blind this, but it actually fully blinds a Tormentor, which is absolutely crazy. It just renders this Tormentor absolutely useless. Just look at the state of that. It's absolutely fantastic. I love things like this. It feels really strong. And when I say strong, it doesn't mean like a consecration strong. It's strong in a different way. You can see there, it feels really nice. I have got a really quick little ad coming up from Advanced GG. It's only like a 20-second ad as well. So if you like gaming supplements, go check over on there. But for me, I've got a code at the moment. Loads of nice flavours on that website. Loads of new ones as well. Advanced GG, go check that out. I've got the Duddits II code for 10% off. Definitely go check it out. Some right top flavours. So again, quick little focus back on this blinding effect, how strong it is. I'm going to show you my Void Fragments, and I've also got a bit more to show you after the Fragments as well, so stay tuned. Echo of Undermining, your Void Grenades weaken targets. That's a no-brainer. 15% if you don't have your Child of the Gods on your Suppression Grenade. Now, Echo of Harvest is just basically giving your teammates the reach around, because you're giving them free heavy ammo and everything else, but you're also going to give them an infinite amount of orbs and void breaches as well with Echo of Harvest. Echo Starvation, picking up a void breach or an orb of power grants you Devour, just in case you don't get a kill with that suppression grenade. You're going to get a Devour on tap, which is great for survivability, and then Echo of Persistence to make your void debuffs have increased duration. Now, if you run something like Crux Determination or any other arc heavy weapon, you've got your Nova Bomb, but you can also take advantage of the 30% yourself, the 15% from Arc Compounding, and the 15% from the Child of the Gods, plus an explosive light rocket launcher or a good arc grenade launcher. You can actually put out some serious damage as well. So just having the ad control, again, if you look at all these up here, just absolutely rendered useless. Totally blinded. It'll stop them rushing, and it just feels like a really nice little setup. And then finally, I'm just going to show you the last little clip of it working against this Tormentor. Pesty little things, but get your Coldheart on them, consume one of your armor charges, and it's just going to be blinded, rendered completely useless. I've just got a few little clips to show you now. Just one more of the suppressor grenade. The suppression just adds to the sort of disorientation, the blinding effects, everything, the weakening. That's really good, just having a pocket suppressor grenade whenever you want, just to sort of suppress enemies. And again, tricky sort of encounters in GMs. I'm not saying it's like it's really difficult, but some of them can be quite tricky. And just being able to cause that blinding bursting effect just slows everything down. And again, all that blinded effects for the unstoppable champions and the tormentors. It all just works perfectly. Just some tiny little bits of info. The Sacred Provenance pulse rifle with photo inhibition. This feels really nice. The origin trait, which I've covered quite a lot, does extra damage against shield and it causes disorientation. So there's just something else, another little tool you can add to this build as well. Just being able to sort of disorientate enemies just works really nice with this build. You can see in this crater, which checkpoint you can see here, just completely rendered useless with everything else that you've seen going on. Like I said, it just fits really nicely. But that is the video. I'm going to leave a build card from my friend over on Twitter, Mr. Slayer God. Top infographics as normal. But yeah, I'll leave a dim link as well in the video description. Let me know what you think of this build. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.